Japanese promotional cards have a wonderful and rich history full of variety, fun distribution methods, and original artwork. While some have received some sort of English printing, many remain Japanese exclusive to this day. I'm in the process of cataloging and collecting Japanese promotional cards and want to bring you along on that journey. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the unnumbered promos from May 1997 through August 1997. This is the Poker Card Quest. First up today is Slowpoke, the unnumbered promotional card from May 1997. This was released in the Pocket Monsters Red, Green, and Black playmat. This is one of the first instances of a card. It was packaged. It was thrown into the playmat package, which is pretty kind of crazy considering how particular we collectors are with the quality of our cards, and that makes this card, of course, very difficult to find in a mint condition quality. This card was packaged loose inside the playmat packaging and therefore makes getting a clean copy a bit challenging. Also, the unique distribution method as promotional card makes it a bit on the rarer side. This is the first of the unnumbered promos whose artwork was never released outside of Japan. There are 47 PSA graded copies as of the release of this video on the Pop Report, with 13 at a Gem Mint 10 and 13 at a Mint 9. There has been some recent movement on this card. A PWCC auction of a PSA 10 in November 2020 went for $636 with 50 bids. PSA 9 sold in October 2020 for under $200 and PSA 8 for $30. That being said, a PSA 8 sold in early January for $131.99. So there is definitely some attention being paid to this card. Sealed copies of the playmat have popped up on the market periodically, but are hard to locate and definitely get snagged up once they're there. Still, there is very little inventory of this card on the market, so it makes pricing it hard to pin down. However, you can probably snag a good binder copy for under $50. There currently is no English printing of this card. But fun fact, it was in the Pokemon TCG Game Boy game, so there's that. Mewtwo, a unnumbered promotional card, released in 1997 through CoroCoro Comics. This is a glossy print of the card, as all early CoroCoro Comics promos are. This is a functional reprint of an earlier promotional card that was included in the Pocket Monsters fan book, but the artwork is completely different. Currently, there are only 25 PSA graded copies on the Pop Report, with only 3 at a Gem Mint 10 and 11 at a Mint 9. Due to the nature of the release, this card is very challenging to grade. It was one of those peel-back cards that they did with CoroCoro Comics, and the edgeware is just notorious for those. Here is another card that doesn't see a lot of movement. Given the low population report, we can be assured that the most copies of this card are living in people's collections, especially those who are looking to get a complete set of the early CoroCoro promos. I could find no evidence of a sale of a PSA 10. A couple PSA 9s have sold this year for between $150 and $225. There are not a lot of clean copies on the market at this time, but you can find a good binder copy between $8 and $20. This was reprinted in English as WotC promo number 14, released in March 21st of 2000, included in the VHS and DVD of Mewtwo Strikes Back, the movie. Moving on, we have Electabuzz, a number promotional card released in June 1997. In the official card file, yes, this was a binder. Early on, Japan was always promoting game card products with promotional cards, something that rarely happens internationally. The official Pocket Monster trading card binder came packaged with this Electabuzz promo. Looking at the photos of the binder, it looks to be one of their early attempts at a classy looking product. This is one cool binder featuring reflective silhouettes of various Pokemon. There are 64 PSA graded copies in the Pop Report, with 20 at a Gem Mint 10 and 20 at a Mint 9. A recent PSA 10 sale of this card priced it in the range of $120 to $200. But again, as many promos from this area, there are not a lot of movement, as the majority of sales volume is around English cards. This is one of the easier promos to find. It is unknown if it's because the artwork is not desirable or if it has something to do with the English version of the promo card. But there are singles in the marketplace selling near mint copies of this card for $6. This was printed as WotC promo number 2, released in November 1999 as part of the Pokemon the First Movie promo, the one of 4, and the English version of this card was stamped with the Mewtwo Strikes Back logo. Now here's an iconic card for you, Surfing Pikachu, a number promotional card, released in August of 1997 in CoroCoro Comics, the September issue. This card has a glossy finish, as all the early CoroCoro promos did. There are 92 PSA graded copies in the Pop Report, with 11 11 at a Gem Mint 10, and 37 at a Mint 9. Prices for this card graded are all over the spectrum. With so few 10s out in the world, they fetch a premium price. The last recorded sale was $1,600 back in July of 2020. With the recent rise in prices across the board, we expect that this will be much higher now. A PSA 8 copy sold for $300 in January 2021, a major increase over the previous sale of PSA 8s in September of 2019, which sold for just $16. This just demonstrates the increased demand and desire for graded cards, especially these early Japanese promos. Unfortunately, due to the distribution method of this card, there are so few Gem Mint copies to be found in the world. Surfing Pikachu as a card has been beloved by collectors, which has prompted the Pokemon Company to reuse the artwork several times. Just be very observant if you are purchasing a PSA graded copy, as the JR Stamp Rally Surfing Pikachu has a different background and is a non-glossy, but has at least once been labeled as the CoroCoro Pikachu. This is one of the easier promos to find if you're looking for a nice binder copy. This card is regularly sold on eBay along with Balloon Pikachu for under $20. This was printed in English as WotC promo number 28 in August of 2001, released through the Pokemon League. And last but not least for this video, Imakuni, or Imakuni, unnumbered promotional card released alongside Surfing Pikachu in the September issue of CoroCoro Comics that was released in August of 1997. Imakuni is one of the more unusual Pokemon cards to be released. Imakuni is a singer who sings on Japanese Pokemon TCG commercials. It is the first card to feature a photograph instead of an illustration, a direction shared by only a handful of other cards in the hobby. This card has a glossy finish as all the early CoroCoro promos did. There are 31 PSA graded copies on the Pop Report, with only 4 at a Gem Mint 10 and 6 at a Mint 9. This card has a unique story and did not see an English release until 2016, and even then it was a slightly different art with an updated card layout. Even with all that, this card is not really sought after by many collectors, most likely because, well, it's not the most attractive card in the hobby. Like its Flying Pikachu partner released in the same issue, prices for this card, graded, are all over the spectrum. With so few 10s out in the world, they rarely hit the market. The only recorded sale of PSA 10 went for $1,500 in March of 2020. It is too hard to predict what this card would do in the current market. This is actually one of the easier promos to find if you're looking for a nice binder copy. This card is regularly sold on eBay for under $20. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Check out these other videos on the channel. Remember, collecting is an adventure, and adventures are fun we share with others. I'll see you again next time.